The other shadow selves of ourselves, magnetic anomalies of Mars, South American Lightworkers. The day is now 36 hours and starts and ends at 3 a.m. or 3 p.m. in an alternating fashion. At the time of this post 11:11 evening, on the 3D date 6220, the following 3 a.m. will start this new day. Simply follow this parallel around the globe until it hits your local time. If you are cognizant that a new day has begun, it is customary to send love and kindness to someone. Today's date on the Archangelic calendar is Infinity O76 Infinity Infinity R8A5 R8A7A8 Infinity Infinity H2F2F2F2F2F2 Infinity Infinity B1 TT Infinity. Please visit archangelicalendar.com for more information. And please do not forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. It seems as if Gus cocooning has awakened Ra. This should be an interesting series of events. They usually coordinate in some sort of way, but this seemed to be an extra long huddle. In other words, Ra is awake, aware, and ready to change things in a very dramatic way on Gus' behalf. It is clear that we need to steer very clear from the instability of the 3D timelines. They are trying to work out their place in the multiverse and clearly have many steps to take in order to achieve this. Most lightworkers have walked through change gradually, even though it did not feel that way, but that is not the same for those on a 3D timeline. They need a dramatic world-altering event to meet us in the higher dimensions, and thus we must continue to allow their world to be as it is. This is a chosen event by the many engaging in them, but remember, even this is in divine order from above. The more we continue to observe, but not engage, in this situation, the more evident this will become. As promised yesterday, in quantum physics, we know all possibilities exist, but we can only be cognizant of one of them at a time. Even though some are conscious in more than one place, that is a conversational we must have at a later date, but for all intents and purposes of this conversation, assume it's one perspective. The other shadow selves of ourselves only exist on a quantum level and they do not directly affect our lives because on those timelines we are simply playing a part and not experiencing it. Bringing this into our daily lives, we are only seeing shadows of the beings existing on a 3D timeline. They have no free will, and are only playing a part for the sake of those who are conscious at the moment. There would be a tremendous amount of discernment needed to figure out who is who if that is relevant to you. In conjunction with current events, Mars' magnetic fields are showing an interesting phenomenon, as they are erratic, and seem to do as it pleases. This magnetic field can be super intense or non-existent, but this is not an indication of the death of the planet as much as it's an indication of a uniquely alive one. As much of an oxymoron as this is, electric-magnetic anomalies across our galaxy are common, but the ones on Mars are truly unique. The other thing of note is that these Martian magnetic fluxes are not isolated to certain areas of the planet and will appear and disappear without warning. There are some well-known people puppeteering civil unrest. The people planning these events were all well aware that this astrological forecast would already naturally induce civil unrest. Saturn in Aquarius had the riots, Pluto in Capricorn had the American Revolution, and Neptune in Pisces saw the fall of Rome. All of the astrological positionings of these events are all converging on this now. This is a very powerful set of triplets to be present at the same time, but this is not relevant to our 5D timelines, because we are engaged in far too much subconscious superpositioning for it to be affecting our perceptive reality. There isn't too much success that can come with unfocused anger. You are clearly fighting against your own interests when you fight against your fellow man. The people who enslave you are the issue, everyone else is on the same team. Hopefully, the lower timelines can figure this out before they destroy themselves. Today's tools. Tools will be active until the next post. Use the legend below to help you decipher how to best use today's weapons. Passive equals no intention needed to use or arm. It will work on its own when you accept its presence. All you need to do is give permission and it will work on your behalf. Active equals intention needed to use. Aggressive equals will attack before anything has a chance to do any harm to you, beyond space and time. We have gone through great changes and thus the weapon-based tools indicated below can be inserted into the ground to call forth downloads. Active, passive and aggressive anywhere within the universe. The Violet Flame team is in the powerful string of 9 but did ease up enough for the benefit of other modalities. When evoking the Violet Flame, it is always advised to hold it for at least a 72 count. The Violet Flame team is as follows, and is in no particular order: Archangel Jermaine, Archangel Ansiel, Archangel Bryathos, Archangel Emmanuel, Archangel Raguel, Archangel Zadkiel, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Agla, Archangel Gzrael, Archangel Tatrasiel, Archangel Agla, Archangel Harahiel, Archangel Ashma, Archangel Sablo, Archangel Abraxos, Archangel Harahiel, Archangel Nuriel, Archangel Galizur. Active. Archangel Michael's legendary sword can handle anything, as it is completely omnipotent. No level of consciousness can be achieved that this couldn't slice through. It is also an amazing weapon against electronics and technology, as it can override any circuitry. Passive, active and aggressive. Archangel Isaac's radiant field looks a lot like Magneto's force field, and it reacts to any life form with either loving energy, or with a transmutational blast of vast power. Passive and aggressive. Archangel Leo's Swords of Plenty is a passive and aggressive attack sword that has a complete will of its own. Do not try to yield at all, you will only get in the way. Equip and go. Aggressive and passive. Long and short range. Artemis Diana's flaming arrows are an aggressive barrage of fire arrows that hits all targets before they do any harm to you or your interests. Active. Long or short range. Goddess Athena's sword is omnipotent in an entirely different way than an archangel's sword is. Hers can turn something into a stone and shatter that stone in one swing. If you pierce the armor of the dark hearts with this sword, they will immediately join your forces. This also works great for breaking up large energy pockets, such as the ones seen in today's assignments. Active. Long and short range. Kali Ma's trident can handle anything it encounters. It is extremely effective for use on living and for non-living things, which makes it an amazing weapon against electronics. It also transmutes dark energies on a legendary level. Active. Archangel Ariel's Wand of Comforts helps you summon any necessity you may have. It is a wonderful and comforting tool when equipped. Passive. Archangel Camile's headdress gives you an insight into your inner talents and abilities. Set the intention and use it right before meditation, you will not regret it. Passive. Archangel Raziel's universal key allows you access to all wisdom, knowledge, and kingdoms. This is a wonderful and wild ride that can take you anywhere. I suggest Archangel Raphael's study and Archangel Michael's crystal pyramid. Please note the next 3 tools are healing modalities and can be sent remotely to loved ones. Passive and aggressive. Short range. Archangel Calaziel's radiant rays of health wards off all diseases and illness. It can also aid in the recovery of diseases already inflicted. It can be sent to land masses as well as individual living beings. Passive and aggressive. Short and long range. Archangel Theliel's radiant compassion sends heartfelt love to all within your jurisdictions. This is the nurturing aspect of healing and it has incredible warmth. It is best to yield this with a calm frame of mind. Active. Archangel Raphael's healing staff is an omnipotent healing force that works gradually or intensively depending on how you yield it. It is considered the best general healing instrument. Today's assignments. We are still working on a macro level, and thus the format will stay consistent. Please use today's current tools if you need assistance performing the tasks below. As clearly indicated, we are not able to assist with the civil unrest issue. This is again a matter of free will, and that also goes for the consequences attached. This does not mean that we cannot remove the demonic influences from the crowds. Simply strike anyone you feel who you need to check with a metaphysical sword strike to their brain stem. If they are clean, a blessing is received. If they are not, they will get a removed entity and a headache. For the dark ones not in a body, go at them with sword and shield and make sure they exit through an exit portal. We have mentioned that the insect kingdom has joined our legions. Those who are part of our legions have no fear of the events that are around us. The locusts are sent to work on our behalf. Send them light. This is how they know how to differentiate us from their targets. Archangel Elion did tell us this was about to happen a while back, as he is usually responsible for these sorts of things. We have shattered an energetic stronghold of darkness as an indirect consequence of our general work. Now, going at this task on purpose, we will see power and efficiency beyond belief. Target, Frankfurt, Germany, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Fort Worth, TX, and Potosi, Bolivia with exit portals and violet flames. To be noted, when we inquired as to why South America does not have these large dense areas, it was said it was because the Mayans and the star races that they worked with engineered that continent very well. There is much to be benefited from the grid working of South America. That is why it's so important to get as many lightworkers as possible on today's assignments from South America as possible. This is not part of the assignment, but there is a trend going on where healers are doing energy work frequently throughout the day. Just making you aware. Today's meditation is below, please enjoy.